Hello, this is Talks with Tiamat because Tiamat likes to talk a lot. So I thought in the previous video, I made a video about the 485 portal, and I thought, well, actually, I should speak in more depth about this because there's going to be different people with different levels of consciousness about this kind of aspect. So, if you don't already know, there is something called numerology, which basically is the idea that all numbers hold a frequency and a vibration. So this is basically saying that numbers have their own life force energy, which comes from numbers came before language. It came around the similar time. However, numbers came first, and numbers translate through most languages. They might not be said the same, but they are written pretty similar, and you also use your fingers to display how many you're counting with. The people that originally started using this knew how important it was because this was how they communicated with each other and this was how they got their feelings out. So, I'm going to be going into, sorry about that, I'm going to be going into the energy of 4 first, and we're going to be speaking about what the number 4 means. So I'm going to actually use my fingers to show you. So if you can see, 4 is a pretty balanced number. We've got 2 on this side and 2 on this side. Now, if you remember back to when you were a child, I remembered the number 4. That was how I learnt the number 4, was by learning that it was 2 lots of 2 on each side, and using a dice helped me to see this because on a dice you can see there's 2 on one side and 2 on another side. And the number 4 is all about balance. It is all about staying balanced and staying grounded, really, because the number 4 is, it's on this hand, it's to do with putting your fingers into the dirt and digging out. If you were digging, you'd use these 4 fingers. If you were in the mud, you'd grapple the mud with these 4 fingers. So it is a very grounding number. It's also a very stable number because you would want to put a foundation onto something that is very solid and it's got a good base. And the number 4, if you look at it on the dice, it looks like a perfect foundation. The dots, it looks like the perfect foundation for a home. The pillars for a home. You could make 4 walls. You have 4 walls in a home. You have 4 walls to contain you in. So 4 is a very homely, grounding, stable number. It's also to do with progress. So whereas number 3 is all to do with, like, it can be to do with the Holy Trinity, but it can also be to do with deception because the uneven numbers, and then you've got third party situations, or you can have 2 people possibly trying to deceive one person, all of that kind of thing. But the number 4 is a very, very honest number because it travels in pairs. So it is a very, very open, a very honest, and a very stable number. In tarot, the 4 of Wands is used as the happy home card, and if you look at it, it's got the 2 wands on one side and the 2 wands on the other side, and the home in the middle with the happy couple and the garden and everything. So really, 4 is all to do with laying the foundations, and the 4 of Wands is to do with laying foundation because wands are fire, passionate, manifestation wands. Now we're going to go into number 5, and number 5 is a very, very elemental number. It is a very humane number because we have 5 fingers on our hands. So if you think about, so number 4 I think of as the 4 of Wands, if I'm honest, and I think of it like this, and that's how I remember what the numbers mean. And number 5, I remember what the numbers mean because I remember my hands and I remember the elements. So there are 5 elements. Now I believe, this is just my belief, but I believe that we have 5 fingers each to represent those elements, and then we have got 7 chakras in our hands to represent all of our chakras. And I'm making this assuming that you know what the 5 elements are, so I apologise. The 5 elements are water, ether, air, fire, and earth. I'm an earth fan and I nearly forgot earth. Anyway. So 5 is a very creative number because it's all to do with getting your hands involved or using the elements to make things. But it is also a number that signifies that your manifestations are starting to come to full fruition because it's all about grabbing, reaching out to grab things with your hand, with your tangible hand, reaching out to the elements and using them and working with them to your best ability. And you could also use it, so the way I look at it as well is I'm inside the foundation with number 5. So you've got if you look at it on a dice point of view, you've got the 4 dots and then the one in the middle. So I see the 4 dots as my stable, like the 4 on the dice. It's my stable home base. And then me in the middle is me being happy and stable in my home environment. And really that is what the energy 5 is to do with. It is to do with being stable, but not just being, it's a very family orientated number because humans are naturally attuned to the number 5. We have 5 toes on our feet, we have 5 holes on our face, not our ears included. And you could also think of it as if you've got your home and say your family are the one in the middle as well. It's often used to represent manifestation because you need to work with the 5 elements before you can manifest things out of this current energetic portal that we are in. You have to be able to use the energies that are around you. So you have to be able to control fire, you have to be able to control water and ether and earth in some ways. That's what being a witch is about, manipulating the outside elements and using them for your greatest good and for the greatest good of humanity, because otherwise you're a dark witch, you're not a white witch. Which is okay too, because there obviously is a need for that as well, and if you feel like you need to do that, then so be it. But the number 5 is all about working with tangible, grabbable things. So I will explain in a moment what 4 and 5 and 8 mean when they are together. However, now I'm going to speak about 8. Now, the number 8 is one of my favourite numbers, I'm not going to lie. It is so special to me because it is infinity. It is the infinity number. So it represents infinite life, infinite abundance, infinite source. It represents, so in my previous video, I didn't really want to speak about it, but I feel like you are a lot more, you're a lot more of a happy group because I don't know why, and I don't really feel self-conscious around you. So anyway, with the 8/8 portal that is coming up, I'm using it to tap into my eternal youth. It's 8/8 on the clock right now, so mote it be. Because there is a concept that you can slow down and basically reverse your cellular aging process. So that is what I am trying to do throughout this 8/8 portal. I am trying to slow down and reverse my aging process and to go back in time. And that is really what the number 8 is very, very good at helping you with, because for me, 8 represents reincarnation. So if you look at the reincarnation infinity symbol, you've got people coming out of the doorway of life and they're getting older, they're little babies and they're getting older, and then you've got people going back into that same doorway and they're getting older. I believe that we can completely stop reincarnation and that we don't have to keep going through that same perpetual cycle over and over again. So that's what I'm trying to do. Number 8 shows you that this is possible because it is, where the 2 points cross over shows you that anything is possible. Anything is possible, like a woman's womb is able to just create new life from seemingly so little. That is what is happening inside our own bodies. However, I'm not really here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about what the number 8 actually means. So if you look at the number 8, it is a number that does not stop. There is no stop to it. It is infinite, but it's not like 0. 0 is like the reset. 0 is like everything's starting again, nothing, it's nothing, there's a hole. Whereas 8 is like, no, there is substance there, there's a crossover, that crossover represents to me life, that represents the beginning of life, because it's the crossover between life and death. However, what happens when you die, you come back again in another body. So that point where the 8 crosses over, that dot is actually a representation of life force energy. So 4, 5, 8 together is it's a very grounding, stable number, but it's also a very good, powerful manifestation number. So 4 and 5 together is a very, like, just 4 and 5 is a very good combination, because it's obviously a stable ground for manifesting with the elements, which is very, very powerful. However, when you add those numbers together, you get 8. Now, this is when it starts to get magical, because you're manifesting your own infinite abundance. So the best way to do this, I think, is to set your foundations and to carry on manifesting something big with your foundations that you are setting today, because the work that you do today will carry you through for the whole month. So then when you add 8 and 8 together, you get 1 and 6, which is to do with new beginnings and man. So you're having new beginnings. Then when you add 1 and 6 together, you get 7. And I just got chills. I just got like, whoa. 7 is the manifestation number. This is your wish fulfillment number. That, remember when you win the jackpot in I can't remember what it is, but when you're betting and you win a jackpot, you get 777. Yeah, 7 is the lucky number. 777 is the jackpot of the universe. So if you do the work today and you put in your foundation and you manifest, you will be getting your wish fulfillment. It's basically what the universe is saying to you. Working with these portals today is going to give you what you desire. I mean, I don't think it could be said any plainer than that. So with that being said, I today am going to do a lot of deep cleaning and renovation in my home, because I'm trying to manifest something within my home environment, and I believe that this is probably the best way to get me there. And the last few days I've been letting go because I was holding on to too much. So today is a day to actually start putting some work in and grafting again, because I can't just let go forever. I think I'm going to end this video now, because I think I've covered everything, to be honest, and I think I was pretty in depth with that. Let me know if you have any questions down below, because I am happy to answer them. Pardon me, sorry. That means that I've got a lot I need to get off my chest, so if any of you do have any questions, then I'm really happy to answer them, because I was just thinking that if somebody actually did ask me a question, I'd be like, yes! Because nobody ever asks me any questions or anything like that, and I don't know, I'm an INFJ, so my personality is all to do with helping other people and serving other people, because I believe that's what we need in life, even if sometimes I go about it covert ways by making videos and things like that. Anyway, this isn't my therapy sessions, so I'm gonna finish this video now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being loyal and coming to my channel for advice. If you haven't already, then please like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell, ding ding ding, so that you get notified every time I upload. Bye, lots of love.